Hello and welcome everybody to the Seiko Summer Special. Sorry, a little bit of technical difficulties this week. That is not me. That is actually the marvelous Rexco Dragon that you're seeing on the webcam. I'm having some trouble getting in to the stream, so he's going to be the kind of face of everything. He'll be doing reactions and everything as we're doing it. But we'll get a lot of fun stuff talking tonight. We were going to have Leroy of Lamppost with us tonight, but unfortunately, his internet is not acting up. But we do have the one and only, the infamous, the man, the myth, the legend, SP Pillars with us representing gold. Pillars, how you doing tonight, man?
Oh, doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
Yeah, no, got some fun logos you guys were just talking about when we were getting started here. Rex, you had asked this question, and Pillars, you knew, but I mean, I'm loving the quality of logos. We're getting the Mingos is updated. There's Mingos version 2, which is here, is, you know, nice little bit of clip art. Who do you guys think this is? The little pig one here.
Well, I'm just guessing. Call me crazy. It might be Pigs Might Fly.
That would be correct. Pigs Might Fly. And some of the other ones, Vengeance, Rivals, Spawn Points. For the longest time, I actually thought this was a train and not the barrel of a gun. I don't know why, but I thought this was a train. And I'm now realizing this is the barrel of a gun. Then you got Your Gunham, Reign of Kings, MG Mercenaries, 2 Reign of Kings, actually, and then 2 new logos, or I guess not new logos that are here. Any idea who this one is up here at the top? The little burning thing with, I think that's an R behind it. Who do you guys think that is?
I don't know anything. Oh, whoops. Sorry for seeing that, guys. But yeah,
I know the list of team names, so I couldn't even guess.
Yeah, who is that one? It looks kind of like a phoenix with a.
It is Redemption Esports. Is who that belongs to. Redemption Esports, and then this one, this Ronald McDonald one, quality. I mean, high quality is this Bank Boys. Some of these logos, I swear, we need to have a community just vote on stuff to see who should get the best ones. But we're excited for the fall splits. Again, a lot of great teams. Unfortunately, didn't have enough for Diamond to have their own full split. But for between Platinum and Gold, we should have a lot of fun. Kicking things off, we're going to get started into the power rankings and then kind of take a look at what's been happening in week 1, and then also take a look at what may be happening and what's happened so far, and kind of do a little bit of predictions to see who's going to be doing some other stuff. Lotus Blossom. If we did not, I haven't gotten it yet. So if you guys want to DM and send that to me, I will gladly show stream once we get that, and then we will add it next week. So if you've got that, shoot it over to me, DM it to me, and we will make sure you guys get that. Now for gold, Pillars, I'm going to kick this over to you, and this is Pillars power rankings for gold. And Pillars, I'll let you take it away on this slide.
Okay, yeah, so pretty much what I've got down for my predictions, I went ahead and put Reign of Kings Armageddon because the name kind of got me. The logo's pretty sick too, not gonna lie. I don't know any of their players, so, I think maybe they could do pretty good. We'll have to see what happens. Rivals, of course, played them last in the spring, so I know they've got some pretty good members, pretty solid members there. Put my team at 3rd because that's all I ever get is 3rd place every time I play, so it's just kind of what I'm expecting to happen from previous experiences. Then of course you've got Mingos V2. Now they might sneak up on me a little bit. Then I've got Goon Gang, and I had to put Spank Boys last, mainly because of that logo. I hate it that much. If I could put them lower than the 6, I would.
Wow. Well, I've actually ranked teams in a silver or bronze, just out of pure spite. But I mean, that's fair enough.
Oh, that's iron then, at the very least.
Iron, okay. Oh, wow. Okay, Spank Boys, you guys have been officially placed in iron by SP Pillars. We'll have to create a brand new slide and drop you guys down just a little bit more. Reign of Kings, there are 2 teams that are kind of branched off of the Plat Division teams. That's been the Mingos and Reign of Kings are usually the 2 Plat teams that have been there near the top. And it'll be interesting to see how their gold like teams will be there. I know the Mingos version 2, you said they may sneak up on you. I never know with the Mingo squad what's going to happen. It's going to be one way or the other. So with the gold team being there, it is going to be interesting to see what these guys are going to bring to the table. But for mine is somewhat similar to yours. I think I've got you guys on top of Reign of Kings. Mingos version 2-3. I think I may have these a little bit high. I happen to like that logo from the Spank Boys, and so I put them at 4th. I thought, hey, they're going for the low quality memes. They're just doing it just for the things, and so I'm like, you know what? Let's bump these guys up a little bit. Rivals, I don't remember if it's the full Rivals team that was together last split or not. But with the appearance of new faces and new teams, you just never know how things are going to shake out. And then the Goon Gang, I've got these guys dead last just because I've seen the Goons too many times, and they break my heart every time I want to give them a little bit of a chance. But even now, as I'm thinking this, Pillars, have you heard any of the outcomes of some of the games so far?
I have. I didn't want to spoil it for anybody else who's looking
Yep.
forward to watching it
No, no.
Sunday.
We will. We'll be doing that. There's no thing against the spoilers today, but for what we have so far in the week, I've got spawn points over the Mingos 2, Rivals over the Spank Boys, and then surprisingly, I did have Reign of Kings Armageddon over the Goon Gang, but the Goon Gang apparently ekes out their victory over the Reign of Kings. So between who we've got left here, Pillars, who are you picking for the 2 games that have yet to been played?
I'm gonna have to go with definitely with what you've got on there. That's kind of how I think things are gonna play out, or at least how I hope, anyways.
For both games, you think the Rivals are also gonna take Spank Boys?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, Spank Boys, you have been called out, guys. I see one of you's in the chat, kind of, flaming one of the other of us for saying you guys, probably putting you as high as we should in the rankings. But I mean, Rivals were one of the top teams last split. If you guys want to make a name for yourselves this week, the Rivals are going to be the team that you guys are going to have to take out tonight. And then since Leroy isn't here to kind of speak up for Platt, Rex, Pillars, if you guys want to chime in on Platt, that is fine. But Platt is who we're going to be going over next. For the Sentinel team, his team isn't in, the Lamppost is not in the Sentinel division. So for the Sentinel and Platt, he has MG Mercs, the Donzers, the Mingos duo. I think that's Dud Bro Gaming, actually. And then your Gotham Academy, and then Pigs Might Fly, ranked from 1st all the way down to 6th. So if you guys are here for Sentinel for that, that's what he's got you guys kind of listed as. For me, I think I've got For me, I've got Your Gotham Academy, Pigs My Fly, Donzers, Dud Bro Gaming, Mingos at 5th. That's intentional. That's just purely out of spite. Is why I've got them in 5th. It's nothing but spite. And then the MG Mercenaries. It'll be interesting to see what'll happen throughout this week. I know the Mingos and Your Gotham has already played, but we'll see what the outcome will be from that game. Now for Leroy's predictions, I'm sorry, that was Sentinel. Yeah. So then for Ruination, what we've got, he has Lamppost as the #1 team. Best bot lane in the league. Top laner has big carry potential and won't be best team right away. Reign of Kings, best class mid laner and jungler, solid top bot lane, has int potential. Vengeance, don't know them. Roster looks very solid on paper. Diamond mid laner, so basically cheating. Poncho, literally don't know anything about them. Roster looks solid on paper. DMG, underwhelming top jungle and mid. Might get some wins with cheese bot strats. Dogmar Morto can be creative. Vengeance, he's got these guys listed here twice. Don't know them. Actual silver ADC, dark history. So we'll see what he's got here from Lamppost. I know Lamppost did have a little bit of trouble last split. I know Jack was here and gone, and they were basically rotating between Alex, Jack, and there was one other staff member, I think. Rex, did you sub for Lamppost last split?
Nope, I did not play.
Okay, I thought it might have been you, but don't know who they might have had on that. But a Lamppost, they do have a solid team when they all actually show up. But for me, for Ruination, who I've got in the first place is going to be Dogmar Gaming. Dogmar he's won me over. I don't know what else to say. Dogmar's won me over. Vengeance, even though we don't know a lot about them, I do like new teams, and every time we have ranked new teams last, they usually end up, kind of surprise me. So, and I played several years ago. I say that, gosh, it was probably like season 5 or 6, maybe something like that. My God, crying out loud, my back hurts saying that. Playing on a team of Vengeance Uprising, so maybe hoping that they'll be able to bring something back to here. Lamppost, if they can get it together, probably a little bit more in the top third. Reign of Kings, also out of spite. You had me at Paunch. I love the name. I see the logo they sent. That is an amazing quality logo.
It's also on stream right now if you want to look at it. Right here.
That is just amazing. So actually, because of that quality logo,
Let's see if I can fit this in any better.
we're putting Paunch third just for the logo. That's it. Paunch, you had me at Paunch is now third because of the logo. And then Redemption Esports, the logo is not terrible. The roster looks whelming. I'm not overwhelmed or underwhelmed. I'm fully whelmed. But we'll see what these guys will be able to pull together. And then again for Sentinel, we've got Yurgana, Picks My Fly Donzers, Dudbro Gaming, Mingos, and MG Mercenaries. Now for Platinum the Split, we have got a lot of games happening this week. We have the Reign of Kings over Lamppost, Redemption Esports over Vengeance, Dogmar Gaming over You Had Me at Paunch, and somehow, and this did kind of surprise me because I remember some of the guys from Pigs My Fly, Dudbro Gaming pulled out the 2-0 win over Pigs My Fly, so Pigs My Fly might have some practicing to do. And then MG Mercenaries over the Donzers, and then the Mingos somehow pulled out a win over Yurgana Academy. Yurgana Academy, this is also another top team. I kind of wish I wish that the Reign of Kings would have been put in the same division as the Mingos, just to kind of spice things up a little bit. But I think between the two divisions, we'll have a couple of fun. If I was being completely serious with this, I think it would be more of Yurgana and Mingos near the top, but we'll see how the rest of these are going to kind of shake out. As the first couple of weeks are kind of iffy. There's a lot of players swapping back and forth. I know, especially in gold, there were a couple of teams that have been scrimming and practicing. That's well, not to spoil anything, but there were 2 to 3 teams that almost imploded before the season even started, which probably would have made your job a lot easier, Pillars, for the rest of the season. That would have been a nice having 3 bye weeks for you guys just going into it. That would have been pretty nice. But between the ones in Platinum, it'll be interesting to see what happens here. And then, as we're going into the last one, I have picked a couple of skin lineups for this segment, and I would love to have you guys kind of chime in on this, and we'll see. You know, what have been some great skin lineups, what have been some bad skin lineups, and up first, the ones that are pretty good. We got the FPX lineup, we got the Candy Crush lineup, Project lineup, and then the I remember this one, the SKT skin lineup. Of these 4 skins, which of these are the best skins, and why are you guys correct?
You want to go first, Pillars?
Not really. Last time I did the skin thing, I got flamed for my choices. So I'll go ahead and let you go.
All right. Well, I am a big fan of the Project skins. I love the look of them. It's a lot of diagonals that indicate action. A lot of their weapons are typically sort of holographic sort of things. I love the skin lines. It looks great whenever Pike came out. You know, I got to make fun of him just yelling out bald every time. You know, I was getting, ulted. My entire team was getting ulted by Pike. But in any case, I do like all the skin lines from Project, especially with Jin. Jin still hasn't gotten a bad skin yet, so. And he's in that line. He's also in the SKT one, so I guess if I want to do tiers, it would be it has to be Project up there on first, and then SKT one, and then FPX, and then Sugar, and then the Sugar Rush one, because I'm actually just not a fan of the Sugar Rush skins. I'll be honest.
The reason I have the Sugar Rush on here is because of the trollness that can happen with it. Evelyn does look, she borders the line between sexy and kind of creepy, but the reason, and I should put this on here, was Bittersweet Lulu. That splash art is the thing of nightmares, especially in the little bitty character icon and when you've got the champion tab up when you're playing a game, is just horrific. And one skin lineup that I should have put on here on the next one that's going to come in. You mentioned the Pike skin. I think that's a great Pike skin. I also like the Sandstorm Pike skin. I don't know if that's correct, if that's the correct pronunciation or not. But the Pike skin that I think is never going to redown this, and I think they may actually redesign this, is the Sentinel Pike skin. And I don't know if I'm streaming this or not, so let me change my window. Come on. Wait. Screens. There we go. Screen 1. There we go. Alright, so we'll change it to this one. Is this one, the Sentinel Pike skin. And do you know why this is a bad skin?
Why?
Does this remind you guys of anybody? Captain Underpants.
Now that you say it.
That's all I can think of now is Captain Underpants every time I see this now. And now when I see this skin, I'm like, there are people who have bought this skin, and every time I see it in game, I'm like, it's Captain Underpants is who it is. Like, Riot, you should have let somebody that has kids or shown this to people and go, hey, how does this look or not? It's freaking Captain Underpants. The SKT skins, I like those, especially like the Nami animation, because this was the lineup when they first started asking the people that won, getting their actual input and letting them really, add their own little personal flair to it. So it's been great to see the little signatures that pop up, and the SK skin line for me is one that's, not all the skins may be that great. The Nami skin, I think it's okay. It's the more the back animation that I really like than anything. But I mean, this is the lineup that said, that Riot said, you know what, we're gonna let the winners pick the champions they want to have the skins, and then let them add their own little flair to it. And so I think when they started kind of going down that route, I think that really made things a little bit different for the future skins. And now for the ones that are probably gonna upset a couple of people, but high new skins, the Dark Star skins, the Light and Dawnbringer skins, and the Academy skins. All of these, they just rub me the wrong way. The Dark Star skin specifically, and I think this has been mentioned several times. A lot of the champs don't actually look like the champs in the game. A lot of the time, the Light and Dawnbringer skins are really just more of like, you've got the Soraka here, and even with the Leona skin, it's really just it's the same skin, but it's a chroma, but you're just paying more money for it. Did I pay extra money for both of the Soraka skins and Leona skins? Yes, I did do that. Did I do the thing for the Karma skin? Yes, I did do that, just to have them. That doesn't mean I use them all the time. The Academy skins, these aren't, I want to say terrible, but I mean, they do seem more, I didn't even realize that Leona had a skin until somebody started talking about the anime Leona skin, and then I saw the Academy and went, oh, you know what? This is the anime lineup for League of Legends, and as the Academy skin. And the High Noon skin, I will say the Lucian and Thresh skin are probably the best looking High Noon skins. The rest of them, can't stand. Pillars, what do you guys think?
I'm gonna disagree. I think the High Noon Hecarim skin is up there for me. I think the animations on the abilities are pretty good. And just for that, we're probably gonna see if we can pull out a High Noon comp now, just because you don't like it. I'm gonna see if we can pull it off in one match. Yeah, the rest of them I'm not big fans of. Really, just the High Noon one. Oh, here we go. Look at that. But anyways, yeah, I agree that the other three are kind of bad, but there are a few High Noon ones I think are all right.
I will fight for Darkstar because I like, because one, Zeref's newest skin within 5 years was the Darkstar skin, so that's exactly why I'm fighting for it. I've been playing with I was playing with Guardians of the Stand Zeref for 5 years because they refused to give me another skin, and guess what? Then they gave me this one, and then they gave me the E-Boy skin, and I love it. So Darkstar is good.
I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that, and then I had trouble getting the stream up, and as soon as I saw this, I thought, oh no, I'm about to offend the Zerath main on here, and it was completely unintentional, and I had forgotten. I will say,
I do like the Darkstar.
Zerath is one of the ones whose Darkstar skin is not that terrible. There are some that they're not that bad.
I gotta see what this looks like. I don't even remember.
There was yeah, I'll see if I pull this up.
I get to destroy tiny planets with my W every time.
Yeah, okay, that one's not bad.
Yeah, not
are
terrible.
you playing with or without Chroma? That's my question.
Oh, I bought all the Chromas because I figured that Riot was not going to give me another skin for another 5 years. So I was like, dude, this is like 20 skins. This is the most I'll ever get.
And when he says E-Boy skin, oh come on now.
Yes,
this is what he's talking about. Is this one? And I mean, it's not, and I mean, it's not bad. I mean, this is one of the skins kind of like the ones where they give them kind of the pre-look before you get to see before they did transform and became who they were. And so it's not that terrible. And it is kind of glad. I do kind of like it seeing this blow up. You see his kind of arm kind of inside the hands as they are now. That's kind of cool. He still has, kind of the Eye of Sauron thing on his chest and almost the Hellboy kind of flame thing on his head. But you know what? For a champion that hasn't gotten a skin in a while and has gotten 2 skins kind of consecutively like this, they're not bad skins. So I mean, I'm glad the Zerath means we're able to get something like this. It was good. I mean, a lot better than the Ruination Thresh skin that came out. The guy just sounds like he's got a bad, cough for his voice, and they probably, I don't know if it was like an early draft of Thresh or what, but I'm glad that they made it part of an event and nobody had to really spend a ton of money on that.
Right.
But that's what we've got for this week. And I will try to take a look at the games on Saturday, and maybe into this segment we'll start pulling in, what teams had the best skin lineup or theme of skins that we're able to do. And so when a spawn point does that, the high noon thing, we'll drop them last. We may even kick them from the league. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But no.
But I do have a question though. So what did you think about the Space Groove? Where would that have fallen on your list?
Space Groove. I'm undecided on that. I usually, when we give a little bit of time, Space Groove's not. Some of them are great. I like the little. I do like how for I think it's Blitzcrank and Gnosis, or maybe just Blitzcrank. It's got two of them that are kind of operating it. But it's interesting to see them do that. Some of the pet kind of skins lineups, it's a little different. Like Pup Maw, it kind of changes from the bug to being kind of this drooling dog that explodes. So for those kinds of lineups, it does kind of, I'm not great on. I mean, I like the little gimmick. I wish they would come back with or release some of the skins that you can't buy anymore, or really hard to get. Like Rusty Blitzcrank was one. Yeah, it was Blitzcrank, but it was a little bit, different. But just having those that are just because they're rare to get are ones that I wouldn't mind trying to get again. And I keep trying to hope to get a Black Alistar. I've heard people say you can get a Black Alistar from a drop box, or not from a drop box, but from the chests at random. It's really hard to get it. I haven't seen it, so we're kind of starting to doubt if it's even able to have it. But that would be a pretty cool skin to try and get again. But we will, pay attention to who's using what skins, and then pull them into here. We may even start pulling in the ward skins, because that's something that I just realized. Oh, and I just bought wards. I don't really trade them out a lot. I mean, I'm just playing ARAM this year for right now, so I haven't really used a lot of wards. But I've got apparently like 200 ward skins, so I haven't really gone and looked at those in a long time and seeing what they've got there. But we will be back next week, and unfortunately Leroy was not here. The next week we will have Leroy here with us. We may have one of the guys from Reign of Kings. Our gold spot has not been secured just yet. And then week three, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have the gold and platinum Mingos joining us. So it'll be a little bit of a Mingo special. It is going to be very chaotic. I may not show up for it. I'm gonna have to be here because it's the Seiko special. But it will be Mingos up there at the top. Mingos up there with us. They'll be defending their rankings. And then I think once we get to week 4, we may start looking at more playoff contentions where teams are starting to fall, because that's where teams will be getting settled a little bit. And if you guys have a logo for us that is not here, please shoot that over to us, and we will get this added here, and then we will start ranking teams also based on their logos probably midway through the season, see who needs to get a refresh, and see if any of those may or may not happen. But that's all that I've got tonight. Hope you guys are able to go watch and catch some of the games, and we will catch Rex. And Rex, which of the series are you going to be casting this weekend?
So since with how we have our split, it's a little bit smaller than we normally typically have. I'm thinking about just doing not starting up with this weekend, because I actually have a pretty busy weekend myself. Probably going to be starting, we'll have the Seiko special recap the week, and then we'll do Thursdays, Fridays, and then go into the Saturday. And then do 3 games per day is what I'm thinking. Start with gold, and then the 3 games for gold, 3 games for plat, and then 3 games for the other side of plat, Sentinels, and then that. We won't be starting that with this week. We'll start that with next week, after following week 2 of the Seiko special. Is my plan for it so far.
All right, we will plan on that, and then hopefully later on as we get closer towards the end of the split, and I know for playoffs, when playoffs contentions come up, I know that we've also tried to run the Seiko special right in to casting some of the games live, which I thought was a lot of fun over the summer split. So if we're able to get some of those done over the near the end of the split, that'll be also kind of fun to do. But we will see, what shakes out between now and then. But thank you everybody for tuning in for week 1, and come back for week 2, and we will see, whose predictions are where and how the power rankings are going to shift, and we will hear back from Platinum finally on defending their reasons why they made the choices they made.